All right then. Welcome everybody to the stream. It's been a while, a long while, but we are finally back and hopefully gonna get a lot of stuff done today because yeah, I haven't really been on the game that much, so I'm definitely haven't got what I need doing, so I need to catch up and all that. We're just gonna wait for the... Oh, it's just posted on Discord. That's perfect. Cool. Let's get into things. Hopefully this all works and nothing's changed. I haven't changed anything. There we are. And you should also be able to hear the game now. And I'm not super laggy. That's good. So yeah, we are on Feyran. Surprise, surprise. I was thinking about going on a Hobbit on Vemegrim, but I also realized I kind of don't want to be super under-leveled at the minute, so I might do some side stuff with him. But basically, yeah, I think what I'm going to do is I want to try and get the West Rohan Slayer deeds done. I'll pop on a Slayer accelerator. We can run around, do a couple of those things, and hopefully shouldn't be too big a deal. Once Bullroarer is actually downloaded and installed and etc., I might have a look at how Warden changes are going to be a thing, because that could be interesting. And also afterwards, well, hopefully do some Ill Omens or something of the sort. But hopefully by getting these done, we should be able to get most of these finished, and we can just be that little bit closer. Also, because we only have 5 days left to do it, I am probably going to start claiming my reward track stuff and taking advantage of that. However, I don't know who I want to do that on. I feel like I should do that on a higher level character just to get higher level enhancement runes, because I don't really need too many at 86. But I guess we'll see. Obviously, I can get embers as well. I can get incomparable tracery tokens. However, those are boxes, so I can just move those onto other things. But like keys, I'll use those on like Tarvelard, a max level character or something of the sort. Hopefully, just to get embers at the very least. We can also get those, which will help out, but obviously not a huge deal. The pets will come onto Feyrand, because yes. I guess sealed traceries, like I can just open a coffers, but I am actually quite high. In fact, aren't I over? No, not quite. I was quite high on the ancient script, but I obviously bought. How many did I say I needed? I haven't played it in a while. I'm losing track of how to play the game. So what was it? I think it was 3. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, 3 more legendary tracery things. So part of me thinks, why don't I get 3 from this, right? So there should be at least 3, I would hope, legendary shattered tracery token. Okay, 50. I'm pretty sure that gives you a cracked tracery token. And yeah, we'll maybe just like finish Feyran's stuff. Also, hobby gift of the day and the week. Oh, those sound more good. Woo! Thank you for the resub with the Prime. 3 months. Very nice. And woo for my hobby gifts. That's actually really good, all things considered. We're looking for a lot of virtual experience. That's kind of the main priority at the moment, because gear-wise, we're pretty much sorted. In the end, we're not gonna go legendary with our shoulders. The only thing left is going gold with the earring, and I don't think it's like the 6th one. It's like the tanking earring, because I keep the same agility. I actually get 1 more agility than I do with this earring. I get 3 through 1, but I get like 500 on the vitality. So yeah, I lose a bit of physical mastery and finesse, but as we found out last time, I'm like super over capped, and a lot more than I realized. I'm like 8,000, 6,000, 8,000, something like that, over capped on physical mastery right now. I can afford to lose a little, and morale is always something good. I would love to get to 40 or 50k. Like, I don't think it's gonna happen, but I'd love it. If I switch out a couple of these, I could probably do it. Anyway, I'm doing all good though. Yeah, been a while since I streamed. Glad to be back. You know, It's a bit of a pain when, like, the day I normally stream, I wasn't really able to. So, yeah, happy to be back. So I'm not going to do the Battle for Lorien yet. I will do it because I want to do something like simple for the beginning of it. But I would like to try and do some of these quests because I think these all still count towards Lothlorien, which I do actually still need to do. Some Defense of Lorien and complete quests in Lothlorien. Thank you, game. So yeah, that's something that I do need to do. Though it doesn't give us virtual experience, it's still something obviously relevant to us. So that's fun. It does also give us rep, but not really. Have I considered getting Hogwarts Legacy, and when's the next free-to-play video coming out? I've been really bad at doing the free-to-play. I did give myself sort of January off because it's a very grindy thing. At work, personally, it's been a lot of, like, basically we're getting the entire, like, buildings getting redone, so it's been a lot more, like, not stressful necessarily, but, like, tiring work because it's so, like, changing every day. So I haven't really been doing much off-stream Lotro stuff. I have been working on it a little bit. It's just the nature of what I wanted to do for the video is just a bit grindy because it's missions, which is like a weekly thing, so it does take a little bit longer. It is still being worked on. It's just a bit slower, and I did give myself a bit of a break just to kind of chill out for a bit. But hopefully not too long because I was walking home yesterday and I was like, I really want to get on it. But yeah. Hopefully it's not got a time, but hopefully sometime soon. And have I considered getting Hogwarts Legacy? I do actually have it already. I've played a couple of hours in me free time. What server do I recommend for a new player? Generally, I suggest one of two servers depending on your physical location. If you're sort of US area, I suggest Arkenstone. If you're sort of European area, then I suggest Evernight. From what I understand, this could have changed somewhat recently, but from what I knew most recently, those were the two most populated servers in regards to those two areas, so that basically you have a higher chance of having a group to do content with, or you know, stuff like that. Though it's not strictly required. I played on Arkenstone for 9 years. I'm in the UK, but I was playing on a US server. It didn't have any particular issues. And might just be because I'm mostly a solo player, but it didn't really affect me in terms of content. It should be noted that all the servers are physically located in the same place. It's more just catering towards time zones rather than connection. So they're all physically located, as far as I'm aware, in Boston, with SSG is located. But I could be wrong about that specific fact. Right, I think I'm right going this way. Because I didn't do one of these quests. Pick up a crate from the stack near here is what I think I forgot to do. I could be wrong. No, I think we're right. Maybe? I don't really know. I have discovered and delivered things. Oh yeah, that's another reason we were here. I completely forgot. So we're not here just for the deed. We're actually here for the horse. So last time we actually got the like 10% discount item, which unfortunately doesn't actually work on the horse barter. I really wish it did, because it would have kind of made sense. But we do need Lothlorien silver branches, though I think I have enough of those. It's the gold leaves. What class do I recommend for a new player? So it generally depends on your sort of preferred play style, but I would suggest if you want to play sort of melee, champion. If you want to play sort of ranged, it will be hunter. Those are two very simple classes. I don't like to necessarily use the word basic, but that is how they're described in the thing. It's like basic versus advanced, and you can pretty much get through the entire game without any big issue. Like me, as someone who certainly in the last like year or two has looked a lot more into stats, character stats, and like, you know, caps and you know, trying to get the best out of gear and stuff. If I go back to Arkenstone, my original server, my character that did make it all the way to endgame, like through all the content has like abysmal stats, and I was still fine. And I will happily call myself out for having terrible stats. I actually wanted to do I don't know if I would do it as a video necessarily, but something on stream maybe, or both. Just going back at some point to Tarvelard of Arkenstone, just to kind of look at kind of how bad he was. At least in comparison to what I can achieve right now. I think I'm going in the right place. Is the combat slow or fast? I mean, I'd say combat is relatively fast, right? Warden, this class, is probably not the best to show off because it is kind of slower because of just how it's built. It's a lot more... I don't know if micromanaging is really a best way to describe it. Hey, I did quests finally. But there's like 3 main skills and you have to combine them, so it can be a bit slower, but...
the orcs of Moria have come down to
no, I'd say combat's like pretty fine. Like, especially with those 2 classes, like Champion is a lot of AoE stuff, so you can just like, you know, do like, I don't know how to describe it. Yeah, just run in and kill everything, basically. I'm gonna go with what I did last time, Northern Pass, Western Pass, and now that I kind of know what I'm doing in this situation, then yeah, hopefully we can do this. Do I have the... Yes, I do. I do have Sentinel's Challenge. Okay. So we need to just keep an eye on... you can't see it, but I can. The world chat. Not world chat, but like the chat box. Orcs are moving on the Western Pass. Is this the... That's the Eastern. I know maps. I don't have to occasionally check Northeast, Southwest. Okay, I think they can live without me for a minute. Okay, cool. I just want to take those guys out early. I don't need any of the items from these guys. Especially because I'm just kind of... It's weird because it's nice that we're getting so many items. I do technically want to start limiting everything. I think the community is very like open and welcoming and stuff like that. You do get the occasional person who, you know, will go out of their way to sort of, you know, cause a ruckus. But I think you'll find that with every sort of community. But yeah, for the most part, it's pretty good. Alright, cool. Western Pass is done. And very helpful and stuff. Like, you know, you ask questions in world chat and most of the time you'll get a pretty good answer. What is... Oh, I thought the skybox was really weird. But I definitely say it's one of the big advantages to the game is just the community is pretty good. Pretty damn good. Right. I need to find my stuff. Is it up here? Narshpug has arrived on the field of battle. Also, there's crates. I didn't realize there were... I don't know what this quest is. I didn't get this quest last time. Also, I just realized I messed up. I don't have a banner with me, so I can't do this. Hey, thank you for the follow. Much appreciated. Let's grab this crate. I think this is a quest. Collected metal parts, 1 out of 6. I'm so glad. Wait. Oh, I'm fighting the idol. What is locked on a free-to-play account? So at the moment, free-to-play can play from level 1 to level 95 in terms of the epic story content. So up to Helm's Deep, which is actually where this character's up to at the moment, without having to pay for anything. However, it's kind of a weird way it's described. So it's any content released from the beginning of the game until Helm's Deep. However, since then, there have been areas added that are lower level, but because they were added after Helm's Deep, they are locked to a free-to-play account. So, for example, in Eriador, we have now got the Yondershire, which is a very nice place. That is relatively recent, so that is locked. Also the Wildwoods and all of Cardolan. But for the most part, you've got Bree, Shire, you know, basically 90% of this area. And then pretty much, I think literally all the lower part of this area, Moria, Lothlorien, Mirkwood, Southern Mirkwood at least, Rohan, Isengard, Dunland, which is my favorite area in the game, actually. And then you can still obtain Lotro points in-game to actually, you know, buy that content, which is the whole point of my free-to-play account, or at least my second attempt. My first attempt was actually kind of completely combated by the free-to-play update, or the free-to-play... I don't know if I would call it the free-to-play update, but the changes to free-to-play, because I spent however many hours grinding out deeds to get up to Moria and buy a couple other things, and then they made it so that it was completely free, and you know, all my time was wasted. So now I opened a new free-to-play account, and we are well on our way to getting there. A combat bars, locked, and storage. What do you mean by combat bars? Like these bars? You can have up to 6, I think, of these. And they aren't locked. You can have those straight out. By default, there's only 4 actually unlocked, like, in the options, but you can just add them in the hotbar options in the menu. So there's nothing restricted there. Storage, you do get limited storage to start with. You can purchase up to, I don't know exactly the number, but basically you can start your personal vault. You can basically add to it with just in-game currency, in-game gold. Up to a certain point. I think it's up to like 120 or something along those lines. And then you do have to start spending lottery points for that, but you do get given quite a healthy amount. I am quite a hoarder when it comes to items. My inventory would not sort of show that to you, but I'm pretty bad, for anybody that knows me, with my inventory management. So I have like 2 characters which sole existence is just storing items in a vault, and then when I need them, which is very rarely, then I can trade them over. But that's yeah, that's just a me issue mostly. I don't even know really what these quests I'm doing are. I just wanted to get this done because it's a nice, like, chill starter thing. Get us back into it. I don't have to worry about actually fighting on-level enemies. So, yeah. Oh, it's also really good, though, yeah, because another change to free-to-play is making, like, a lot more classes available. Warden, which is this class, used to be only available from Moria. And same with Runekeeper, which is another one of my favorite classes. And you can now just have those by default. And same with Yawning, which is the fastest class to get through the intro. I still say that. Oh, wait, no. A thing's been overrun. I failed the quest. I didn't realize. No! Well, I failed the instance. That's not good. I didn't really pay attention. I'm not going to lie. Oops. Can I just redo that again?
Welcome to Lorien.
Wait, I can just do that one again. Oh, I have to also complete it. I forgot. Okay, let's pay attention a little bit more. That was a me issue. Right. Okay. You go to the Eastern Pass. I believe in you. You go to the Northern Pass. I also believe in you. And you, I believe in you.
I tire of waiting for the storm to break.
Also, I'm going to be a little bit more clever this time and actually grab a banner to start with. I mean, it is a level 60 quest, but that said, this is supposed to be like, I think it's supposed to be a 6-man instance. I could be wrong. Doesn't really say fellowship. I mean, these are fellowship quests, which would mean 6-man. So, moving on the Western Pass once again. Let's head over to the west. So yeah, I don't actually have to defeat these camps. I don't think it really matters too much. All I've got to do is make sure that I destroy the 4 idols, Hopefully it didn't reset those other quests, which was preemptive measures. Yeah, so hopefully I can just go back and do those without too much issue. And then, yeah, once we've done that, we'll go over to Rohan, Western Rohan, do a couple of deeds there. There's kind of a lot of things I want to do, but also sometimes I feel like I don't know what I want to do. I want to go through Rift at some point, if I can. I could have healed that guy. That would have been a better idea. Yeah, I want to try Rift. I know we can do it solo, which is nice, but I have this little thing I want to do, which is at Rift, you can get a couple of these nice gold items. I have 2 of them right now, which is the Jeweled Bell. And yes, they're completely useless to me at this level, but that's not the point. Jeweled Bell, and I could have sworn I had another one. Wait, have I been lied to? Oh, no. Okay, so there's... Is there 4? So there's the Jeweled Bell, the Lash, the Cloak, which I can't remember the name of. And lastly, there is an earring or a necklace. I can't remember. They have no use to me whatsoever. However, I just really want them to have as a little collector's thing. I like the idea of having a collection log, much like if anybody's played it, but like I think old school RuneScape is the one that has it, not regular RuneScape. Maybe they both have it, but I would love the idea of having a collection log as a way for like trying to get people to go back and do older instances. I think that'd be really, really cool concept. So I guess with the next update, we are going back to Angmar, so... Okay, that's done. I may as well pick up the... Actually, no. This is a difficult thing now. So part of me wants to pick up the banners because it makes sense. And it's really a good idea. However, at the same time, I don't want to do that. Because I can't do these quests otherwise. That's a little bit concerning. Okay. I don't think we have too many issues at the moment. A great axe of endurance. Oh, wow. That is a great axe indeed. Yeah, so I need to kill this dude. I need to find him somewhere. So I'm worried about if I run off. Okay, at least I have 2 now. Basically, I have a concern that if I run off, then someone's gonna attack the pass while I'm like super far away. Basically. How well does this work? They should all just, like, die. It's a really boring way of playing. But, it works. Do you wanna die, please? Why do I do this to myself? There we are. I just need another crate. Eastern Pass. Told you. I knew it would happen. Right. This is the Northern Pass because it has the quest ring. There's the dude that I'm on about. I put a bleed on him. Resounding challenge for these guys. Except I can't shout because I'm not allowed to shout. I've got to be quiet, you know? And then that leads me into the perfect opportunity for me to pick up a banner. Because honestly, I can just be like the tank. I don't need to. Okay, that's fine. Officially sorted. They're not very good at this whole thing, are they? I don't know how these guys sort of survive without me, you know? If I can take out all these bosses, and yes, I'm over leveled, but if I can take out all these bosses, but they, as a large group, can only take out like one regular enemy, then I'm a little concerned. If I can single-handedly take down a Balrog, kind of, then I have a feeling that they could do a little bit better of a job. I'm just saying. That guy's sword is levitating. Is that his sword? It was something that he had. Yeah, like, I don't know. I'm really bad at, like, finishing fights. I'm like, yeah, you know, I'll just, you know, auto-attack it. No big deal. No problems here. Okay. So, up here, I don't think I've seen any of the passes being caught, so that's fine. I mean, I guess the ideal sort of thing is you have at least 4 people. You know, you have one stay each pass, and then one just goes through and takes out all this stuff. But I wonder how easy this is to do at max level. Like, obviously I should be able to just, like, one-shot everything, but... Bum, bum. Okay. Right, I think that quest is now complete. Preemptive measures. And ultimately what I'm after is just gold. Wait, what was it? Where was it? This one. Yeah, gold leaves. And technically... I'm stupid. I'm so not clever. Yeah, so with the toolkit as well, we get an extra 1. And then also trading up makes it more efficient. So, yeah, we should just sort of go with that. Anyway, I meant to pick up the banner. I was a little bit distracted by the crate. And I haven't seen that. That's okay. Good. I'm closer. That was totally all planned. Very good. And then after this, we'll make sure to clear out our inventory a bit. I would like to get... I would like to clear out my inventory, get a little bit of a reward track stuff done. But I'm worried that having it on this character isn't going to make too much sense. Surely I'm better getting like a load of the end game ones for later like increases. Because I can't remember exactly when it is on the calendar. Let's have a look. But when is it that we're going up to... Let's have a look. What is the date today? It's the 9th of February. I said that really weirdly. Virtue tier increases on the 15th, so that's fun. Reward track season 5 is also an item level increase from 480 to 485. So yeah, I definitely think we should be sort of prioritizing end game enhancement runes for the moment, because I have a lot more end game characters than I do have level 95s. Wait, why are you guys... That's just rude. Okay. The idol is not vulnerable. Well, I can't help that I had to leave. Okay. are these? Essence selection package, appropriate to your level. Interesting. Okay, and final one. Hopefully we can get there before having to do another round. Oh, I'm also capped on zeal. How did I... Oh, I was really close and used the things. That makes a lot more sense. So I think I've done all my offensive ones now. So let's just start doing everything else. Would make sense. So now all we're going to do is... Basically, every single virtue level is... All it's going to do is increase our maximum morale. So, fingers crossed. I mean, it's not going to be a lot. We know that already. But, hey, I'll take the extra morale if I can take it. And at some point, we'll configure some virtue changes, I'm sure, to be a bit more relevant to our current stats. Because there's no point in going over cap with physical mastery, really, because, well, you know. Okay, that's done. We are finished. Just double checking that there's nothing in here that I need to worry about. So that's Dungeons of Moria. So maybe we'll go to like the Forgotten Treasury or something. They're low level stuff. So, but it's only Lothlorien branches, so I'm not that fussed about it. But gold leaves is really the biggest thing for me. So I think we should get 4 from there, 3 from here, so that's 7, which is pretty good. That's about half of what we need. No, like a third, I guess, kind of.
What news from abroad?
Why am I a little further up? Okay, anyway. We're also slowly getting these. That gives me 20. That should give me 22 then, I think. Is it 22? It's plus 10%, so... I think so. I should really be, like, prioritizing that then, really. That's up here, I think.
What news from abroad?
Oh,
The Lord and
I
Lady
have things
need
to
of your
do.
services. Servants of the enemy.
Yeah, so
cannot
I
pass the
can
bounds of law.
May
trade...
the stars of
Isn't it the
Elberich
other way I
shine
want to go?
upon
Yeah, I want to go those to
What
those.
news from abroad?
But let's go back to Lothlorien. Sorry, Karis Galadon. We'll give in those, and then we are going to move on from this because, hey, we don't want to be doing this all day. I just wanted to get a little bit of this done for the beginning. So
Servants of the enemy cannot
do that
pass the
one,
bounds of law.
and
What news from
that
abroad?
one. Also, did that give us anything? Deed completed. Defense of Lorien 2. No, give me a title, but I was really hoping for some
Sweet
silver
like
things.
Grandier.
And that one as well. So 4 and 3, 7 total. So Lothlorien, we have 9 golden leaves and 16 silver branches, which means we can actually have 11 gold leaves if we wanted to trade up. But we also need those anyway, so it's like weird. For now, we'll not worry about that too much. Does this give me anything? No, but that does give me 20. Okay, so where was it I was gonna go to? Rohan, right? I think that was where I said. So let's go to Helm's Deep, and also let's have a look at actually what Slayers we've got to do. I'll chuck on a 6-Slayer Accelerator, 6-hour Slayer Accelerator, because hey, I've got enough of them apparently. Let's find one we're like relatively close to kind of get into it a little, and then ideally we can look for some cool stuff. So Half-Orc Slayer is really, really close, so that's fun. We're also Uruk and Warg aren't close, but they are on advanced, so that's something, but it is a lot of them, so we'll see. For now, let's have a look. So Half-Orc Slayer on the wiki, let's have a look. The D contributes to the scouting group of Half-Orcs outside Grimslade are fastest for solo. Great Spark could be outside. Started just and then head to the camp. I think I know where this is on about. I could be wrong. So
I'm afraid of what is happening to these lands.
I think I understand. But this shouldn't take too long, and then while we're doing that, we can look at the other stuff, so that's fun. And I need to go... Do I need that? Not really. Thing is, I've got that, but I got these, which are guaranteed crits. So I'm not actually going to worry about it too much. Let's sell the rest. Boop. There's not really anything. And then these are half orcs. They do count. Let's find myself a 6-hour Slayer Accelerator. Please don't judge my very bad shared storage. It's a problem. I need help. Let's grab one of these. Also, it's nice because these are like actual just normal enemies, which means, you know, they kind of die just quicker. We shouldn't have to do too many rotations of this. We're looking at 15, 16, 17 kills. And that's all relatively easy. Hi guys. Wait, why are you running? Don't run. Why don't you all attack me? If you get closer, I can AoE you. That actually makes so much more sense for me. Okay. So, are these guys... They do count. Okay, so I can just come here. That makes sense. So, while we're doing this, we should have a look at other ones. We got Warg and Uruk Slayer. So let's have a look at some of those. Warg and Uruk. Best place is Fangorn resource instances. Ooh, I don't know if I want to do those. Oh, apparently you can reset the instance. That is something we might give a shot then in a second, because technically I want to do that. But there's also a lot of Uruks up by these areas. Okay, that makes sense actually. Yeah, I think we'll do Uruks first. Wargs after. I wonder if I can reset the instance, like the quest. Like, I don't know if I have to. I guess we'll do a little bit of experimentation with this resetting. I didn't really ever think to do that. So we'll see how that goes. Depends on our luck, really, because was it 15 instances an hour? Which we can get through pretty quickly if we're just resetting. Also, this should be our final kill. There we are. West Rohan, Half-Orc Slayer of the Westminute Advanced. I think we should just go back to Helm's Deep. Makes sense. We're also getting scaled enhancement runes, so depending on what class we are or what level we are, more than likely not going to worry about those. We're just going to move those over to the higher level characters, the 140s, and use those for 131 plus stuff. Just, it makes sense, ultimately. Just throughout the year, as we're slowly increasing item level, if I can just basically be on top of that at all times, I think it's just ultimately better for us as a whole if I can just be doing all these. I mean, it was an original plan, is, you know, as dumb as it sounds, the idea was make a new character, eventually farm them up to 58 at least, and then go through with an alt account of mine to Halls of Crafting and those sort of things with a Slayer Accelerator. And then, yeah, just get the enhancement runes from that. It can still work. It's not the greatest way of doing it. You guys should probably, like, I don't know, move in by now. Just saying. Right. And then at some point, I do need to... I should have really been doing this while I've been, like, not at home. But I've been trying to not just leave my computer on all day. But what I should have been doing is doing all my Stars of Merit farming by AFKing the epic battles. But I kind of just neglected to do that. So I might do that this evening, potentially. There is sort of a opportunity to do that. Because I can do like 4 or 5 in a day. It's just having to... Well, technically I can do 10 in a day because you can do 2. And I can do them on 5 of my maxed. But that's like, what, 5 hours? And I kind of have to be sort of paying attention because I've got to move them off at some point. So it really makes sense at some point. Well, I was going to say, okay, let me rephrase. It makes me wish sometimes that I could use muster skills to take people with me. Because as Hunter, it would be so easy to do all these. Because like if I was doing a Hunter completionist, which is basically what I should be doing with Tarvelard, except just I have to go back and it's a little weirder. I could then just like bring my ult with me and just one-shot this stuff, but also it's kind of nice getting the practice in. But that said, I don't want to get too used to it because right now, obviously on Bull Aurora, we do have the Warden changes live as far as I'm aware. So I do wonder what's going on with those. I know there's power changes. I saw like 66k power at 130 or 140. So that's interesting. I wonder how Warden is affected by that kind of thing. I feel like it'll be more because it'll obviously have a bit more like thought put into it side by side with the changes, or at least you would have thought. Right, apparently there are 46 Urgs here, and there are 25 just north of us up in this area. So what we can hopefully do, depending on how quickly we get through these enemies, it's always the point. Depending on how quick it is to actually kill all of them, will depend on if we go back to the 2 different places. And then after that, I guess we'll go have a look at instances. So I feel like this is doable in one evening then. Hopefully. And we are slowly adding to our reward track as well. So at the beginning we were at 116. We are still at 116. But we can continue adding on to that as we complete killing enemies and quests potentially and what have you, especially with doing Fangorn quests, which I also just haven't been doing because I got all the gear out of it, so I don't particularly need to like do it for a progression's sake, and I'm already like max it. The only thing right now is the pets, which are also just a potential random chance as well. That guy just straight up disappeared. What on earth just happened? I just got cheated out of a kill, and I think that's incredibly rude, and I should be rewarded with compensation for that. I'm very upset. Can you tell? I'm so hurt. Yeah, I think I need to find more time to go through with like Tarvelard, because in 6 hours I can obviously get like a pretty decent chunk of things done on level, but if I'm, 6 hours going through Bree with a 140, it's going to be a lot more done in those 6 hours. Respawn times are obviously a thing, but you can definitely get more done. But do I want to also put 6 hours into like that? I don't know. It's a weird thing. I've always talked about how I really enjoy Burglar because I like the idea of going up behind a character and being sneaky and then one-shotting them because I'm sneaky. It's very satisfying to one-shot an enemy. I'm doing so much reversal today. I don't really understand why. So yeah, that's always nice. However, I think 6 hours of one-shotting kind of makes it feel less special. I mean, it's got to be better than like 20 attacks technically per kill, like Warden is right now. But you know, that is what I set myself up for when I chose this class. Though speaking of completionist, I've kind of toyed with the idea. I'm not going to do this. Certainly not on this account at least. But I did toy with the idea a while back of like, I have all these 140s and stuff, and I'm always like, find it difficult to find stuff to do for them. But part of me was like, I'm just going to restart all my characters. You know, just do completionist on all of them. It would be such a grind. I mean, it was the original plan until I realized I would have to do Moria like 13 times, which is fine. I've done it more than 13 times total, but back to back to back to back to back, probably a lot less fun. But really all it means I need to do is just go back with my other characters and just, you know, actually do questing. It just feels less fun sometimes when you're super over leveled. That's why I like this more, is because why? It's really weird. That's why I like sort of the concept of Feyrand a lot more, is because we're on level, but we're just very strong. So it doesn't feel like we're necessarily cheating per se. It just feels like that we're taking advantage, not taking advantage, but like we've almost earned it in a sense. Like we've grinded out this gear. We, you know, got all these extra stats. In fact, speaking of extra stats, I got a universal solvent. When did that happen? Oh my god. I don't have, do I have a thing? I mean, it was probably a while ago now. I mean, I'll take it. I love getting me some universal solvents. In 5 levels time, which is in, well, whenever we decide to do that. In 5 levels time, we are going to actually be spending a lot of my universal solvents. So definitely need to start getting the amounts in. I'm going to start using them for my alt account as well. Though that said, universal solvents are relatively cheap in terms of lottery points, if I remember correctly. I might have to look that up in a second. They're on sale right now, but it's 40 for 1. 5 is 175. I think it's just really cheap to go for 25 of those, or really sort of cost efficient to go for 25. 700 for 25. By the time we like complete a zone of deeds and stuff, we'll probably have 700. So it's sort of just like a reinvestment sort of thing in a sense. What's my crit go up to with that buff? 7.8. $135. We got about 100 relatively quickly, actually. Nice. Thing is, I don't know if we'll get all of these done today. We'll probably try and break it up a little bit with a few other things, because, I mean, I don't necessarily think I'm going to go for 6 hours as well. Especially because we started at like an hour into stream or whatever. Or half an hour or whatever. But certainly going to make some decent progress, I would hope. Right, I'm going to give them a chance to maybe respawn. Going to head up to this one. There's probably a bunch of enemies, but I feel like if I'm having to search for them, it's probably not the most efficient way of doing it. Like there's those two there, for example. But also, considering I'm getting like red dots of, I mean, there is actually quite a lot of them, but considering I'm getting like red dots of Uruks that are dead. Actually, you know what? I'm going to just stay here. Yeah, it was a bit weird though, getting red dots of dead enemies. while we are doing this though as well, we definitely start looking into more deeds. So I think after this, Boars and Bears is another one we have potentially an instance for. So maybe we'll sort of do that in a 2-for-1 type situation, because Warg Slayer is leader of Vandals, and then Bears is guide to the wooded riverbank. So if we alternate between the two, that should hopefully help us out. Why did that not happen? So many defensive things, but it still won't help you. We'll still defeat you. Reversal, again, every time in my life that I've ever purposely wanted to use reversal, I forget what it is. But while I'm not purposefully using it today or trying to use it, I've used reversal so much on accident. I wish I was able to just remember how to do it half the time. That would be so much more beneficial to me. I'm guessing because there's a quest, if I remember correctly, related to planting banners in the bodies of Urukai, that's probably why the enemies are sticking around. Which is fine, just kind of annoying for me. It's not a big deal though. It's really, really not. Oh. I also learned how to go back from messing up that button, and then I completely forgot it. These guys just gone back to sleep. Never mind that another Urukai died here not that long ago. Don't worry about it. It's fine. Okay. Craven Slayer, Goblin Slayer. I feel like goblins are one of those like simple ones that should have good hotspots. Like herd creature slayer, I get it, maybe not. Troll, it kind of depends. Uruk, obviously Warg we're doing now. Warg and Wolf, are they not like a lot of the time one in the same, but not this time? Apparently the other resource instance is very good for that, so might be one of those things where we probably can't do all three at the same time efficiently, so we might have to like wait. We're at 191, so 5 more kills basically. It's really annoying when I'm on an odd number because it kind of like, not that it's a big deal, but it makes the last kill like less efficient basically. It's also more annoying to kind of glance at it and work out how many you have left, because I'm like, oh, I've got 7 left, but that's actually gonna be like 8 because it's actually 4 because this is the Yule Festival frame portrait. However, because of the UI skin that I'm using, it does look slightly different. So it kind of has this, I think these are normally red, and this is a bit more silver, like on the actual portrait thing, on like default UI. For some reason, this skin changes it, and I kind of love it more than I like the other one. Even normally it's my favorite, but this one, in my opinion, looks better. Though I do like the Rakish one. I'm just waiting for it to like work properly. In fact, I should check that. I haven't checked my interface stuff recently. 1st of December 2022. Yeah, so it's not been fixed yet. I don't know if you'll be able to see it, but the Rakish Charmer one, you can sort of see it if I do this, but has there's like a white, there's like, it's like clear, like there's a gap. So there's the black circle around it is there, but it's, I don't know if it's the character bit is too small or the frame is too big, but it doesn't fit properly. Specifically with this UI. By default, it does normally. The Limelight one, which one is that? Is that the... It's not the Great Road one, is it? I should have all of them from the Legendary server. I think. The only one I don't have is... There's a Moria one. There's two, actually, that you could only get if you were on the Legendary server. So, like, the others were for everybody. There was the Moria Rambler one, this one, which you got a consumable item for, that you could then technically trade over, which is what I got. But then there were two where it automatically applied, which was annoying because being originally made on a live server, that meant that I couldn't do that with this character, which was kind of sad. I kind of wish they hadn't done that. Anyway, why am I killing Urukai? I don't know. We're done with these guys now. Let's head to... Where was it? Dundingle. Okay, get rid of that one. So the idea is we're going to pick up the resource instances. Hopefully there's not like an overlapping thing. But I want to pick up these and fingers crossed they drop the right one. And then I think what we're going to do is cancel the quest, restart it, or restart a different one. Hope for the right enemy type. And sort of, I won't say abuse that, but use that to our advantage. Okay. So let's try this one. This should be bears.
You should not be giving your right name away like so.
I think. It might not be bears. It might be orcs. Depends on if we're lucky or not. Hey, see? So yeah, these now are bears, which we want to kill all of them. And then I think the idea is we don't defeat the leader. So it's probably best for us to only do down here, down at the bottom area without getting the key. And then go to a different one. Like cancel the quest, go to a different one. And then fingers crossed that's the right thing. It's like wolves or whatever we need. And then we'll come back here, and then hopefully it's the right one again. Apparently, according to this, there's only a chance that, well, what does it say? Boar and Bear Slayer. There's only a chance the bears will be the mobs that spawn in here, but if they do, there are a lot of them. If they don't spawn, check back again the next day. Oh, wait, what? Can you not reset it? I thought that was the idea. Or did that say it on a different one? Yeah, if they don't spawn, it says this for the wolves. I'm not looking at my screen right now. Well, I am, but I'm not. Anyway, if they don't spawn, you can reset the instance, for instance, by joining any other instance and retry. Monster type in the instance is randomized every time you enter it. So, assuming that is correct, we can kind of just juggle instances and hopefully benefit from that. To be fair, we're not even fussed about these two quests. Like, if we technically complete them, but we don't unless we've done the end one. So yeah, if I come through here on like Carvella, this is one way I definitely will try and take advantage of that. What I could do, if I do hit instance cap, is just like log out and just like go on a different character. As to not waste the Slayer accelerator, but I'm not that fussed about Slayer accelerators as much anymore. Yeah, it's kind of weird because it feels like a downgrade in some situations. I mean, I've struggled the most in this area, in this level cap, for gear, I think, out of most of them. That said, we did kind of cheat a little bit with the Osgiliath armor up until about 75-ish, just because it is bugged armor. But yeah, here's where I've had to like do a lot more thought about sort of switching out some stats. It's really annoying because so I wanted to get the gold version of these shoulders like I did for the helmet, but the stats are like completely weird. There's no like actual proper offensive ones that like the stats I'm after. So I looked on the item treasury and there is medium might based ones which work perfectly for Warden, but they apparently just don't exist in game. Like, they're in the database, but I can't find a way to craft them. There's no wiki page for it. It's a really weird situation. Oh, I got a major essence of tactical mastery. That is incredibly useful. That said, it's good to know, presumably, that's going to be the same for physical mastery. 1,000 physical mastery on a thingy. It's not that bad. It would have been Bjorning. So technically, there's two. So Warden used to be might primary stat and then agility secondary. So right now you get 3 physical mastery from agility, 2 from might. But it used to be 3 from might, 2 from agility. So Warden. And Bjorning used to only be able to go medium armor instead of being able to max out at heavy. So a lot of like if you go to start off Moria, for example, I'm pretty sure there's like these boxes of purple boxes with uncommon gear in it for some reason that is like medium might, and I'm pretty sure that that's what that's about. But yeah, I definitely think I would love at some point, considering they did like, it's weird, right? I want them to go back and fix gear so much. It's like a big thing I'm like a proponent for. They've done a kind of good job with like Cardolan and Yondershire and Mathythel about doing gear. I like it. Like, the gears are good, in my opinion. But I do kind of hope at some point that they will... Oh, I can only do it once. Oh, damn it. That's rude. But apparently I can just reset it still. Okay, so these are wolves. But can I only do it once per day? But yeah, I definitely think, yeah, it's a nice little quick fix. No, I get that. It just said you can apparently reset the instance if you want to get the right one. But I was hoping I could like cancel and then pick it up after like 5 minutes, like restart the quest. So what if I leave the instance without completing it, go start a new one? It should then reset. So I've done Wolfslayer 1. That's nice. I have no real intent on finishing the quest up, I guess. I mean, I should, but... yeah. Yeah, Fellowship maneuvers are a weird one when it comes to, like, Burglar. Because when I played through Burglar, admittedly I did a lot of, mostly, 100% pretty much solo. But like, there's a lot of talk about fellowship maneuvers. I'm like, I don't think even in fellowships, other than like technically Drygok, there's ever been a intended use that I've had to deal with. And even Drygok wasn't even required because we used max level characters. Like, I remember when I started playing the game, me and my friend would like, they'd show up and we'd be like, you know, talking on Skype or whatever back in the day. And be like, oh, which one do you want to pick? And we were like, pick the right ones or whatever. Or which ones we thought were the right ones. Probably not the right ones. I wonder if we can actually get enough from kills to actually get like the 8 uncommon ore. Wonder how that works. Wait, you're not a wolf. Why are you here? Yeah, I'll always say the one thing I wish they did in regards to gear is they should have, in my opinion, use the legendary servers as an excuse to make gear more relevant to the current game, which kind of goes against the idea of like classic versus whatever, but I don't even really count legendary servers as classic because, you know, you still had access to like missions and stuff. There wasn't really that restriction. But yeah, in my opinion, they should have sort of beforehand, you know, sort of fixed the stats for, yeah, so they should have fixed the stats for everything up to 50, especially like Rift endgame stuff. And then in like the 3 months that Anor, for example, was going to, you know, the next to Moria, they should have like reworked. You don't even have to rework much, just the items, really. Yeah, I mean, it was one nice thing for me. I realized I had a couple of like stuff on Anor, and I was like, oh, I can trade those over now. That's actually really nice. But yeah, having anything on like Shadowfax or Treebeard is kind of annoying. I was like, oh, I'll just have to wait then. I do eventually want to go on Treebeard again, but I'm not gonna... So I only really want to go on Treebeard for like the titles. I'm not gonna lie. I don't personally... I'm not personally that fussed about another legendary server. I already did Anor, you know. And I understand the difficulty thing, and that's like fine. But yeah, I'm just like, oh, I'll just maybe get the titles. Yeah, I don't know. I've always said it's difficult for me. Like, I barely have time to play one server, let alone like 2 more. It would be nice for them just to have a kind of a team dedicated to legendary servers. I know there's not a lot you can do, really, from a certain point of view, but... It's like I was saying about there not being like it not being classic, for example, is like the same idea of the legendary items. Because, you know, if it was like a truly classic thing, you wouldn't be able to get legendaries. I don't know if you could technically get legendaries before like Moria was unlocked on the legendary servers, but like, you know, technically they should have the old legendaries, not the new ones. Yeah, it just doesn't feel like it's
What business have you with
the greatest, you know. I think more people would be enthused to do it. Oh yeah, the reward track as well is another thing that I've definitely heard a lot about. I actually, it was one of my first thoughts is when I saw the reward track, I was like, there's a lot of 140 stuff here. Not only is it not relevant to this character, but I was like, it's not really relevant to legendary servers, is it? To which I've been told, no, it isn't. And that's the annoying thing. Okay, so I am going to try what I can, what I've been told works. Yeah. Well, I mean, you've got plenty of reward tracks to stockpile, you know? And don't even think about trying to transfer any of those items over, because that's not allowed. Okay, apparently this should reset the enemies. I don't know how true this is. It did. Okay, so bears are not going to be farmable, but I can technically farm wolves. So as long as I don't... Well, I mean, technically, there's nothing saying I can't just complete it on the final run of the bout, but... But yeah. I'm farming thieving. That's what I'm doing. No, I am actually. I'm at 108 farming. Farming, thieving. Ow. Lag. That wasn't fun. I definitely think, like, I don't know, they should just be, like... I, not being on Treebid, would probably say that it's probably very quiet, except for when new content comes out. I would say, like, I would guess when a new expansion comes out, there's probably a like 100, 200 times increase, probably, in, like, players, right? Active players. But otherwise, it feels like I've seen like what 20 people. That was Anor when it was like near the end. I don't know what it's like for Treebird. I think they should just let people transfer, you know, without having to pay at this point. It would probably save them so much like trouble, honestly. I'm really curious actually of something, right? Because I messed up, right, originally. Because they said end of December, like 31st of December or whatever, was when Anor transfers would stop being available, right? I don't know if anybody else remembers this. I'm pretty sure it is like 31st of December. I think on the 5th of January, I went, oh, I forgot to transfer off Anor. And then I did, and it was fine. So I'm kind of curious if you can do that. I do want to transfer this character to Bulrora, but I don't want to have to like mess up. It'll like kick me off, so it's a bit of a pain. Okay, what's attacking me? Okay, so Anor. I can still transfer off of Anor apparently. Interesting. I have a character that I last played on the 10th of November 2018. I think I made them day of release, and then I never did anything from that. I want to see. I want to move them to Evernight. Confirm. Yes. Okay, so yeah, you... Wait, am I being kicked off? Am I being kicked off? Wait a minute. No, I didn't mean to... Okay, maybe my game is just crashing. Coincidentally, at the same time, I press transfer. Nope, there we are. My account has been suspended. Oh, that's fun. That's weird to do. I should just be able to log straight back in. That's not a message that, like, I've praised them on changing the server downtime message. I feel like they need to fix the your account has been suspended message. Though I will take this advantage or opportunity to transfer I want to transfer Feyrand and Harvelard to Bulra. And then I'm just going to log back in. Yeah, I'm banned. I've been like a terrible person, and I'm completely banned now from the game. I'm never allowed to stream Lotro ever again. That's what I like. I mean, it does swim at Treebeard. Let's see how much that would cost. Oh, interesting, yeah. I can't transfer a character from Treebeard to anywhere else. What about Shadowfax? Let's get Yaimio. No. That's really weird. Yeah, that's very odd. I've never like gone to look at it, so I've never really paid much attention. Yeah, so Shadowfax can take, well, no, Shadowfax is going to be like quite quick, but Treebeard, yeah, it's going to take absolutely forever. I've always wondered though, right? So Anor, what's in my pocket? Oh, a receipt. Anyway, Anor, even though the live servers were at 140, they only had like a week at 140 or something like that. It wasn't a full thing. I don't think they kind of worked it out right. Please be wolves again, not another thing, because I don't want to have to mess up this again. But yeah, I'm like, I wonder what will happen with Treebeard, for example. Like, let's say Treebeard is, what, like 2026? What if we're at, like, will it go to 150? Will it go to, like, 160? Assuming we're that far. Yeah, so what I'm saying is like, let's say 2026, you're at 140. But by that time, live servers. Yeah, like what's gonna happen? I think something I would be interested in, I never got to play it, but we had the like Tournament of Twins or whatever it was called. Like a sort of very like self-contained event server kind of thing. I never got to play it because at the time I was actually taking a just complete break from the game. I didn't play the game at all during the span of those couple of months. Maybe once or twice, but I really wasn't playing. But I would really like to see some sort of like event servers, like, I don't know, just a couple of months, like 3 months, let's say, of just this, like, maybe have like ultimately, I'd like to have one server, but I know that it probably wouldn't be able to handle it. But I've always said a lot of my ideas come from like what they do with old school RuneScape, but like the tournament thingies, I can't remember what they're called. The league things, right? Like Twisted League or whatever else. I was actually gonna do like a self like made kind of challenge almost like that. I like the idea of doing a sort of challenge character. I think that's more interesting a lot of the time. But I wanted to try, but I couldn't work out how I would want to do it. The idea of a character that can't leave a region until it's done a certain like objective, right? Or like 3 objectives. Like you... Yeah, something like that. But let's say you started in the Shire. Like, I can't think off the top of my head like what a thing in the Shire would be. But let's say you have to, for example, do all the delivery quests and then all the beer quests, right? And you have to like do these 3 objectives, and then you're allowed to move to Bree and like to the next region, and then you have to do a certain like thing, and then that could start very simple, and then you could lead up to instances like you need to you know, complete this. Yeah, just something feel like, oh, obviously it wouldn't be like get to Angmar and do Rift solo, but yeah, just do some sort of like solo instance, like get good enough gear and whatever, kind of like a completionist. But the idea is, I don't know, you could have like, I was thinking something where, imagine you had like points. Like every objective you complete, you get 1 point, and then you can spend those points on certain areas. So let's say you didn't actually need anything from Bree, so instead you just went to the Lone Lands, and then you unlocked missions, and instead of going to like a Bree and having this more centralized zone, but then you weren't able to do any like thing in Bree. You could only, like, I guess, travel through it. But I think a lot of it was based on like, I had this like stint of time, going back to what I was saying, but like a stint of time where I was just like watching a load of these sort of challenge, like old school RuneScape videos or characters where they were like region locked ones, and then you've got ones where you have to like, you know, I guess I think the League kind of had a similar thing where they, you know, you could unlock certain stuff after you've done certain points. I could be wrong about that. There's a lot of like sort of potential things. But I also feel like sometimes it probably wouldn't be too difficult, because I'm not gonna lie, it's doing the epic quests, certainly doing most things in this game are not difficult. When you get to like, you know, 6-man, 12-man instances and raids, and sure, but like solo content is rather easy in the game. You could also just add on technically difficulty things on it, but until they became live servers, it would be difficult, because if they did live servers with the difficulty things, I'd be more willing to do it, rather than, I don't know, I don't want to do it on Treebeard and then out level it and then have to wait 3 months just to do a video or whatever. Right, that seemed to work though. Real quick, I'm going to run off for a minute. I will be right back, and then we'll continue on with those 2 Slayers. I almost forgot what I was doing, but we are doing Wolf Slayer, Warg Slayer, and potentially Bear Slayer, except we kind of messed that one up. So we're just going to be rotating between the 2. We got about 120 from doing that, which is pretty good. That's twice though. So that's like 60, that's like 30 kills, I think. But anyway, I'll be right back. And yeah, then we'll continue. All right, we're back, and let me just put my phone on the side. But yeah, I personally think that if they do think about doing another legendary server, they seriously need to spend some time, like, working out a plan, rather than it kind of just be, oh, every little bit of time something changes, you know? But yeah, I think people played Anor, like, people loved Anor. It was the first server that I saw was full. That they had to make Ithil. Obviously, they got rid of Ithil eventually. And then I felt like Anor had already gotten a little bit quiet before it had even, like, Treebit and Shadowfax had even come out. And then, yeah, I don't know. Also, I guess literally, for me at least, personally, the only difference for me from Anor versus, like, Treebit is the difficulty, so I like to think. Which I still don't understand why it's not just in the live game. Crafting overhaul. Yeah, that could be a thing. I mean, even oh, what was it? Again, going back to RuneScape, didn't they have like a fresh start worlds thing? Which I know is like, their server structure is kind of different, so it doesn't quite work the same way. But yeah, I think overall, yeah, they have kind of sort of burnt the bridge. That's kind of what I'm trying to say. Like, I think they've sort of soured that relationship a tad. Hey, nice. But I don't know. I'm just on thieving for the minute. I'm at 108. I just kind of like spent ages getting to 99 so that I could get the thieving cape, and then I went to I don't know, it's adventures to get the grappling hook and the thieving shorts, and then I'm just kind of AFK doing that for the minute. I've got my combat level up to 120 as well, so I'm kind of not so worried about, you know, that kind of stuff. Yeah, I spent most of my combat time leveling Slayer because I was just like, I'll put on Auto Slayer, basically. Because if I'm correct in what I know, if you use the Auto Slayer thing, it doesn't do any tasks that you can't complete. So you'll only get given tasks that you have, like, you're wearing items for. So it didn't take me, you know, to anywhere I couldn't attack enemies. So at least I have that up. I don't know where I'm up to, actually. I haven't really paid much attention. I do have the unlimited offline, but I haven't really been paying much attention to it. I just kind of left it. Oh, that's what I get for opening up the game. Okay, I need to make sure that I just don't do this. I just remembered I got someone else that I work with into Melville. I don't know how far they are though, or if they've continued playing it. Because I was explaining it to like the tech guy that came over to us, because he didn't know what it was, or he was like asking me stuff, and I was like, oh yeah, that's like interesting. I'll give it a try. He's like, I really like idle games and stuff, and I was like, yeah, cool, this is it. Then the other guy overheard me. End up downloading it. I had to like rush somewhere. He genuinely was like stopping me. He's like, no, I need to show you this. I need to show you this. I was like, what's so important that you need to show me right now? And he just showed me that he started Melville on his phone. And I was like, oh, got it. I'm not just being lazy and not attacking. This is just the lag. There we go. I need to be careful and not I need to be careful and not defeat the boss. So I'm only gonna spend a little bit of time around with these guys. Especially if it's gonna start lagging like this. I don't want to take part otherwise. Okay. I'm gonna be safe. I'm gonna just like leave the instance now. I'm on 89 Slayer right now. 99 attack, 99 strength, 93 defense, 97 hit points, 82 prayer, and 89 Slayer. Okay. Orc archers, no thank you. And then let's try this one. I guess this is kind of a 3-for-1 or 2-for-1 in a sense, but doing this whole thing is kind of 3-for-1 because it's goblins or wargs, I think. Yeah, it certainly saves having to go here with a Slayer Accelerator every time. I can just kind of repetitively do it over and over again. Just kind of annoyed about the bears thing. I can't even use Mithril or anything like that to fix it. Also, I just realized one thing I didn't actually do. I meant to do it a minute ago, and then I totally forgot. I saw this lesser enduring Ring of Fate, read the word Fate, and went, oh yeah. I don't think there will be, but I want to have a look at stat tomes. I don't think there's any I can buy right now, except maybe will. But I just want to make sure. Might 12. Okay. So there is something I can buy, apparently. I don't currently have enough cash on me to get that. But Might 12 is something I can still start getting from epic battles, so I'm not as fussed. I just also need to remember at some point to do my reward track. I might try and just get a character up to 45 just to hold on to all the items. And then open them up. But I don't think... It's 145 inventory slots. I've heard there's a rework to Township coming soon, so that'll be interesting to see. I don't know what that's going to look like. And by heard, I mean I read the post about it, so it's, yeah. I haven't really worked on my Township. The only thing I do with my Township stuff is just do the quests. I, like, haven't really done actually anything properly for it. Wait, how do you get... Wait a minute, sorry. I don't think they're not changing like experience rates or anything. I think they're just changing how it works. I think ticks are going away from what I know. Like, you can still use your ticks after the fact if you've got them stored up, but it won't sort of start accruing more. Trying to work out how I had so many eyeballs, but I think I was thieving trolls for a while. Apparently, there's a task, an elite task for 30,000 eyeballs, and I have 60,000. So that's fun. I can get 10 million gold out of that. Yeah, I was just trying to work out where I got so many from. Okay, I want to see where we're at in terms of goblin numbers. So, before I kill you, or attack you, or what have you. 74. So, we've gone up like 50 per. I guess I'll claim that though. Plus 10 million gold. Okay, and then in the tunnels, there's a lot of repetition here. Oh, I can't do those. I have seen that combat simulators now are plug-in again, though, so that's quite nice. I used that for a bit of time. Trying to work out how often I'm gonna die. Let's have a look. Let's have a look. I'm gonna simulate all. Except I don't think it actually. Yeah, it doesn't do dungeons by default. It's weird. I just hit my heel. That was really not fun. Okay, finally we have wargs. That's fun. How many do we have to do for wargs? We're on advanced, but we're only on 35, so we're going to be here a little bit. But 50 per run is not too bad, and obviously as it goes, we can just, like, once we get to the cap, we can just reset, or go to, like, do something else. That's always the plan. Yeah, honestly, the worst thing about playing my burglar, I love burglar. It was really fun to play, but I hated mounted combat. There's a bit up in, where would it be? Is it West Rohan? It's like these quests, the Oscillate ones around here. I absolutely despise them because it was just absolutely terrible. So apparently the most efficient thing for me to do right now, I mean, you do have a ranged attack. You have throw knife. That's useful, right? With the however long cooldown. I think it is a like a ranged thing, but yeah, apparently if I do Noxious Serpent, I will use 51 food an hour, and I will obtain 119.7k damage. Or XP. 40k HP experience. Interesting. Thing is, right now, I'm at like where I was before the expansion, right? So I like vaguely know what I'm doing, but as soon as I'm past like 100 or past 99 on anything, I'm like, I don't know how to use these new items. I've got these like Augite daggers or whatever, you know? I can't use them yet because I have to be 105 attack or something. I like don't know efficient things. But I guess with combat sim, I can start experimenting a tad. She knows. Yeah, that's another thing as well. But like, eventually, once that happens, I'm just gonna be like so lost. At least I've been able to use the thieving items from the expansion stuff. That's a nice little extra. Hello, you. Oh, I got another major essence of tactical mastery. That's my second one today. I hope at some point I can get one for physical mastery, even though I really don't need it. Okay, so that's where the boss dude is, so I can just not go there. I have so many carrots. Do I need that many carrots for anything? I have so many apples. Can I want to check. What is the thing I have the most? Oh, I can't sort it by, like, what I have the most of. I have a lot of apples, though. Where am I on farming? 180. It's crazy how, like, late I got farming. Yeah, it's my highest skill. I have 292,000 carrots. I have 670,000 apples. I probably have like a 0 coal. Oh, I have 87,000 coal. I have 223,000 Baronto herbs, which is 73 million. Major essence of incoming healing. I'm getting a lot of major essences today. Ooh, golden chests. Let's open some golden chests. I got iridium runestone ring, iridium zephite necklace, palladium onyx necklace. Killing a melee slayer task enemy grants slayer coins equal to the enemy's combat level. Oh, interesting. This one. Thank you. A little bit of lag there. A little bit concerned. Hey, we've got wolves. How nice. Okay, so with this completion, for better or worse, we should complete Wolf Slayer. I'm thinking. I think it was around 50. If we only need like 50, but double, so 25. But we only need 20 kills, and I'm pretty damn sure we can get that before the end of this. Now, I don't think there is any other enemy that spawns in here. So what I'll do is I'll just finish this quest this time around, I think. Because I may as well just get the leaves. I don't really see why not. Oh, so many reversals today. I don't really understand why. Okay, and then we've actually got to pick up the uncommon stuff this time. That makes a bit more sense. I was going to make sure I locked that universal solvent because I'm a little worried I'm accidentally going to sell it at some point, which I would not want to do. Does it even have a sell value? It does. Yeah, I don't want to sell it. Anything else? Like, I know they're not good items, but I don't know. It's weird because like they are kind of good, just not to the standard that we need them to be, right? Because they're the same item level, but significantly different stats. But like, part of me wants to say for a casual run through, then yeah. Hey, thank you for the follow. I just noticed the follow alert sound didn't go off last time. Oh. Hope we're having a good day there. While we just repetitively are slaughtering all our wolves. But yeah, part of me is like, oh yeah, for a casual playthrough, why don't I, you know? But also, I feel like if I'm doing characters at this point, I have sort of the knowledge of these zones enough where I can just either craft myself up some guild stuff for these levels. Like I have my my runekeeper who's 94, but he's also my tailor. So he made his own 85 teal stuff, and he's just going to make his own 95 teal stuff when he gets to 95, which is whenever I stop being lazy and actually do that, which might take a while. Right, you should be my final kill. You should be thankful. And there we are. Charity is up to 46. Nice. And more enhancement runes, which we're going to trade over to main character. Also, lag. Excuse me. Thank you. Just going to try and be a little bit stupid about it. And I'm just going to run to the end boss, because that's all I need to do is just hit the boss, and we're generally good. Because I've already got the kills, I've already got the ores. This is further than I expected, not gonna lie. I want to kind of have a look, though, at a different... a different Slayer. Like, what are some other Slayers? Anti-exploit mode. But I want to exploit. So now all we gotta do is, like, run away. It's an incredibly inefficient way of doing this, but not really. Kind of, sort of, maybe. I don't know. It's fine. Maybe we'll get some actual decent amount of Fangorn leaves. Probably won't. Probably will get like 4, as usual. Finish. And 8, 4, 4. Okay, it's definitely weighted towards giving you 4. It's a little bit rude. So we've got 6 more left. I want to put them on here. I just want to have a look at like. So goblins we already kind of know about. Trolls I'm interested in, but I also feel like I know where trolls are going to be. Yeah, just above Martin. That's probably why they're so low, because it's only 50. Krabens is only 80. But normally that just means there's not a lot of them. Yeah, Ocelot area. Don't know if I particularly want to go over there. Not gonna lie. But I guess we'll give it a shot. Just to have a little bit of an instance break. I know we're not at instance cap, but hey, it's better to not really have to worry about it. In fact, let me just open up all the ones that I haven't done. Goblin, herd animal, troll slayer, warg, Slayer. So that should be 6. If you don't want to hunt / move to advance the Slayer quest in Eastfold near Alberg, between fire camp, there's a big grey rock that sells about 10 boars and boars only. Kill, wait, repeat if you make the circle a bit bigger. Also includes the odd lath bear and bonus boar. So where are we on boars and bears? 83, so that might take a little while, but I kind of know where it's on about. Cravens, we already talked about this. Goblins is instance, and there's also near Stoke, sorry. Stoke is Shire. I feel like Herd Creature Slayer is going to be like the worst. Luckily it's only 8160. It's still quite a lot, but shouldn't be as bad.
I'm afraid of what is...
He's afraid of what is happening to these lands. Don't know if he's told you. I want to try this one near Oldburg for a bit. I am curious. Wait. How have I got a quest? This quest here is apparently in here. That makes 0 sense to me. And now I'm curious. Oh, it doesn't even want me to go in the crafting hall. What secrets are there? Is it some weird thing where it's like on the same map somehow? Right, because these are all the guilds. Because I can't go into any of them but the Jewelers one, the Tailor's one. And there's not really anything I can do in here. So, I don't know what that's about. Is there anything in here that I can actually do? I don't actually know if there is.
Welcome and well met, my friend.
I have some low-level Tailor stuff. Level 45.
I hope we will find aid in time.
I think I have all of them except these 4, apparently. And I need to be like a little bit higher. I'm not even anything with the Tailor's Guild. I thought it was a lot higher. Doesn't really matter past this because guild stuff literally means nothing later on until the like 130 area where it will actually become somewhat relevant, I'm pretty sure, because is it you?
The
Tier 13
to the banner of the White Hand.
will give me these items, which are lovely looking ones, but also the Ithilgalad worthy crafting components, which is something I should probably start like working on ahead of time, because I mean I've talked about it before, but I will be basically able to craft my own this one, right? But I want adroit maneuver. But yeah, I have the shards, I have the hides, I just need the Ithilgalad hides, 15 more. But that shouldn't actually be that bad, ultimately. I wonder if I can hit all the enemies with one range resounding challenge. It's only 6 though, so I guess that's a problem. So they should be here-ish. apparently. Let's go find that, shall we? But what we might do in a minute anyway is just go do some like ill omens and stuff just to chill out. With something a little bit different that isn't just pure Slayer. And then for these ones that are like in other areas, I might even just grab an ult and help me out with it. Not that they're difficult to kill. It's just like time management. I wonder if it's like, even if, because the thing said if you don't want to move, but if I do want to move, like I can move around and kill all these. So maybe it'll be even quicker doing it like properly, I say. Nope. Trying to work out vaguely where it wants me to go, but it doesn't really matter because, as I said, we're just going to go around, run around in a circle of sorts, and just kill what we see. Ultimately, I do think this herd creature one is probably going to be the worst, even though trolls is 50, so it would kind of make you think it's worse. At least there's kind of a more dedicated area for it. I don't know. It's kind of weird though giving rep. Like, I understand it, but also with rep, I'm probably already, like, by the time I'm finishing advanced slayers, there's a very high chance that I've probably already done very high rep or already kindred, which I already am. But maybe that's just a me thing. Maybe I focused on the rep too early. Because normally I do quests first, explorer second, slayer last, because the quests should mostly take you through rep anyway, and through most of the explorers, plus a few extra kills, which sets you up nicely just to finish off the slayer, the explorers, or already have them completed, and then just, yeah, finish off the remaining enemies. So I got 50 kills, basically. We're on 109, so that's 90, let's say. 45 kills. I think that's not going to take all that long if these hopefully respawn rather quickly, which is apparently the case. I miss the days where I could just run an instance and it would count, you know, like hawk pens or something. So much easier. How much virtue experience are we missing? So 16,000 out of all this. That's a pretty decent amount. It won't max us out, but hopefully it will get us pretty close to being done. I think this is the spot I was probably talking about. This makes sense. Very dense population of boars. Another one. I love devastating hits. They're so fun. 133. Just got to worry about stuff taking the spawn spots. That's a little bit of a concern when it comes to that. Boar, nice. Cool. What was the other thing I wanted to do? I know I said I wanted to do ill omens. or at least like a couple of them, because I did say I was going to do them off stream, but I totally forgot to do that, and I haven't touched them. So I would be curious to see what there is in regards to that. We already did the Rivendell stuff for today, not Rivendell, Lothlorien. So Defensive Lorien, well on its way to being completed. Just, I think, a week more of doing it. So that's going to take me like 6 weeks, knowing me. And then eventually, if I do these daily, I can do the repeatables for the preparations. Hopefully get there, make the Lothlorien gold leaves. Hopefully then should be able to, well, I definitely should be able to afford the horse by that point. So that'll be fun. I think otherwise we are all done in terms of deeds, but deeds isn't necessarily all the content. Like, I did say I wanted to do Rift, but I will probably just not for today, because the last fight, we can do everything. It's just the last fight that's like, maybe we'll do it, maybe we won't. Kind of depends on how that elf lady reacts. I want to do it 10 times. It's a lot. Wait, is it 5, 7? Okay, interesting. And then yeah, Eriador. Just, I still need to do Odiferous. I just have to remember to do it. Should be my alarm. It's just complete Odiferous. How dare you threaten to attack me? That's not allowed. Maybe after this one we'll try trolls. I feel like, I don't know. Part of me is thinking we should just do the really quick ones, because the smaller number ones are normally the more tedious, because they're either more powerful enemies or there's less of them. So getting that done while we have the Slayer Accelerator for sure makes sense. However, assuming that I do either continue straight on or log out after this, we can have the Slayer Accelerator for the next set, so it shouldn't really matter too much. Do we want to do the more tedious ones where we have to do like 200 while we have the Slayer Accelerator? But again, I should have the Slayer Accelerator, so I think it's a big deal. Though wargs I'm interested in, because we are halfway with wargs, and obviously technically wargs would be leader of vandals, but apparently there's a good amount between Martin and Thingy, so that could be an idea. Martin and the staging camp. Cool. So 15, 16, 18, no, 15 more to go, which is actually 16. Now it's technically 14. So 7 more kills. And we are scot-free away from having to kill more boars, which luckily they respawn really quickly. If this was like a really long respawn, then it would have been problematic. Really. Yeah, and then I feel like part of me just wants to go and do trolls. If it's a 5100, so that means I've got to kill 80 more. No, is it 50? Yeah, 80 total, but it's actually 40. And if I remember correctly, there are quite a significant chunk of them there. So hopefully we can get that done rather quick. Okay, 2 more kills. And then I'll have to run back to Helm's Deep. There we go. Perfect. And Helm's Deep. Here we come. Are these task items? They are. We should probably give in those as well. A lot of the task items I've been getting are for like Gondor, which is really annoying. So now that we're actually getting stuff for Rohan, that's rather nice. Yeah, West Rohan, Gondor, Old Anorian, that kind of stuff. So yes, it technically does here, but if I can do... What's that? Torn Skin? I want to put that there. Did I ever pick up? See, and then tomorrow I already have 50, and I have a load of those. So yeah, we can start like. I don't want to do this, but I'm gonna start locking the ones I've got at 50, and that one's gonna be 50 soon. And then I've just got like a ton of task items ready to go. This is how I fill my inventory up further, and it becomes a problem. But also, I think it makes sense. Also, I think I bought the horse for both of them. So Aeolingus, Helmingus.
We travel swiftly.
I did. Good. Emerald shards, definitely not worth it. Actually, I haven't looked at these shoulders properly. Is there a chance that these are beneficial to me? More agility, more vitality. I lose crit, but I gain fate. So maybe there is there is a possible chance that it is beneficial for me to get this shoulder pad over the Fangorn ones purely for the vitality, because I'm over crit and I'm over physical mastery. Do they look decent? No, not really. But maybe. But before I worry about that, I am going to get my lost earring just to make sure, because I'm going to be losing a bit of physical mastery and stuff from there. So we'll worry about that later. But I didn't think about that. I've just thought about it. What did you have? Did you have any? You had a shield. Wasn't good. So I think Helmingus is the only ones where they have like high level things. And then Taylor. That's like a lot of physical mastery. But obviously quite a huge crit loss. But I wonder what critted they would be. I'm going to pick up one. Only because I'm curious. So those are kind of swapped. So slightly less agility, slightly less vitality, but you're basically getting a bit more physical mastery and then less crit. Overall, not in my opinion worth it, but it was worth knowing about. Anyway, I'm going to stop wasting up my Slayer, and I'm going to go Gap Hole actually. I think Gap Hole actually might be quicker. And also save some of the time I've just wasted. Show.
I do not know if we will survive.
Oh, I can't go Gap Hole from here. Stoke to Gap Hole, I think works. Wait, what?
I am afraid of what is happening to these lands.
Okay, Woodhurst. I'm going to be wasting so much money. and then gap
These are
hole
desperate
after that.
times for the Rohirrim.
And then just normal. Hopefully. I think. Maybe. I think I have to go through town. Do. I don't know though if it's really going to be too big a deal for me to have a lot of, like, having tasks done in general is good for the deed related to it. So I can't remember what it's called actually. Actually, which one is it? Oh, the up and comer. Yeah, 76 out of 100. Like, it's good for me to get those. And yeah, I could start, like, I've talked about going on a Bjorning and doing a bunch, which is an idea. Also, I'm going the wrong way. Specifically here that I need to go to. But yeah, I could start doing them on, like, Kestor and stuff. Because the recipe itself is single use, but it's not bound. So I could, if it was needed, buy them multiple. Okay, let's see roughly how much HP these guys have. So 51k, that's actually not too bad. There is also a warband. Let's vaguely try and work out. I can do that. And it's a warg, which is a thing I need to kill. Multiple of. So that's fun. Okay, and Oop. Yeah, eventually I also need to go back and farm all those because they can give me jewelry, which is not particularly useful to us, but it can also give us the few cosmetic items that we need. And maybe somewhere hidden within a warband in the world, there is an actual useful cloak for us. Maybe. Probably not, let's be honest, but maybe. In fact, I still don't know what cloaks I need. Like, what my next cloak is. I guess we've kind of talked about it, the level 100 epic cloak. But, almost feels silly that that's the next best one after 75. 75? Yes. Still think 75 is my favorite piece of content so far. Okay, there should be a bunch over here, and I think I said I had to do 40 total kills, so I don't know how many stick around here, but it shouldn't take us too much time to kill that many. Oh, you're just an orc. I thought you were bigger. You're now... You've disappointed me. Oh, these are even better. They're only half the thing. So the idea is, I guess, you've got the higher levels. Like, these are just the pullers, so they're pulling. But then the brutes are outside with the higher morale. So actually keeping on these guys is more beneficial to us because it's going to be quicker. That was rude. Right, bleeds are a thing I need to just pay attention more to, because then I can kind of just leave and move on to the next guy if I need to. Do I need to work out roughly how much bleeds? Because it's kind of, I've got multiple bleeds potentially now. I have the bleed from power attack. I also have from, which one is it? Is it the bracelets? I have a 10% chance on hit to do 1,682 damage every 2 seconds for 16 seconds, which is not as much as my power attack bleed, but it's nice to just have another bleed type, you know, to add on. It's just more, you know, it's consistent damage. Because I also have the spear damage, or spear bleed. There's a lot of bleeds. I haven't really seen it recently, so I don't know. Tenacious Taunt. I think that was the bleed there. 1682, I think, is what I read. You're not a troll, but you're a troll handler, so maybe you should count. Have you ever thought about that? Okay. I'll let him bleed out. So where are we at? Where are we at? Trolls, 48 out of 50, so that's not too bad. Let's go try and find our last one. Don't know if you were already there or if you've respawned. If it's respawned, it's kind of a good thing because that means I'm killing them slow enough that they are respawning after the fact. Or it just means that someone was here a minute ago and then, you know, sort of did stuff. I guess we'll just look out here. So we have to do 50 more. Is what we're saying. I guess I can kind of do a 2-for-1 here, because if I know that warband is spawning nearby, I can also start getting some wargs as well, which is actually really good for us. Obviously, I won't get the advantage of killing the warg for another 6 hours, 34 minutes, but I can just get some extra warg kills in. Cravens. Cravens was a weird one, right? Broadacres. I have a feeling that one's going to be horrible. So part of me thinks for that, I'm going to like AFK it. Basically. So instead of doing it on the stream, I think ones like that are better suited for me just being tabbed out into another window, go around killing, chill out for like 5 minutes, come back, etc, 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 without really having to worry about sort of the quickness of it. With it being a lower number one as well, it's not so bad. Though it is at 8160. Kind of crazy how like much that can change your perspective change on it. Like at the beginning, and obviously it's kind of obvious why, but you know, at the beginning it's like 30 60s, 20 40s for like Cravens. And if it, you know, when you get to like Angmar, you've got like some 61 20s and you're like, oh no, I don't want to do those. They're going to take forever. And now like 100, 200s are pretty standard. And it's like, oh, right. That's what I got to deal with. I don't even know what they're like in the next zone. So next zone will be Western Gondor, right? $100, 200, $100, 200, 240s, 200, 160, not so bad. Vanguard of Western Gondor, roving threats. I'm quite looking forward to 100 because at 100, it's like there's so much content that opens, kind of. We've got a little bit more use for essences. We have roving threats as well. Obviously, back in the day, it would have been imbuement. It's the first time in a while we actually have a kind of on-level multiplication of 5 or 10 legendary item thing. I'm pretty sure 100 it does that. Legendary item. Let's have a look. As you do. Yeah, 100. Finally. It does mean I need 2 more. Because right now I need 3 more tokens. Trace 3 tokens. But I'm going to need 5 more total, so... Okay, so it looks like we're roughly at about maybe 12, 13 of these trolls around at a time. So it's going to take a few runs of it. But hopefully, by the time I get back, if I see that puller moving again, then I'm pretty happy with that. Okay, so he's not... Okay, he is there. Okay, so we can do like a nice simple-ish rotation. Hopefully making all that money I spent back. That would be nice. Should be 2 more up here anyway, plus all these wargs. In fact, is the warband back? Yeah, there's a Kraben. I'll take you as a kill. Okay, thanks. Real quick, I need to check as well. What day officially? It's the 15th. So what day is the 15th? It's a Wednesday. That makes sense. So I should have 1 more stream before the reward track. So I might not do the reward track stuff today and then like unbox it all Monday. Because where are we up to now? We're on 116 to start with. We're on 118 now. And then if I do a couple more like other quests and stuff or whatever on my other characters, then we should start hitting maybe 120. I originally wanted to do 100 loot boxes, 100 things, right? So, but I don't know if that's gonna happen. But I can open up at least 120, nearly, things. Probably won't get much. And I probably want to get some tracery tokens to use potentially for, you know, my characters to... I have like 1 or 2 Gundabad tracery tokens spare somewhere, so I can waste some ancient script. Possibly. I feel like 10,000 is like sometimes a really difficult number for me to catch back up to, but also when I'm close to that number, I find it really hard to spend enough to not overcap, which is a little bit annoying. I know I'm going for healing stuff. Just doesn't really make sense. Okay, not gonna go for the troll handler. Don't need to. His dead body is also still there, which is weird. But yeah, it doesn't obviously count, so there's not really much point to it. So we're on 50, so I am thinking about right with like 4 runs. And we can get a couple of wargs in the meantime, which is kind of nice. Also, yeah, we're getting just a ton of task items, which is something beneficial to us. There's more. It's also good because these are actually relevant to Gondor Old Anorian as well. So not that I think it's a big deal. I think I have a task carrier box thing somewhere, so I might grab that one. I know task items aren't a big thing. I don't know if it's in my shared storage or my main storage. Or I think it's on a different character possibly. But I do have the... is it this one? Yeah, this one here, where I can get healer, crafting, task item, essence, and tracery carrier, instrument, housing decoration, and die carrier. Part of me wants to get the housing decoration only because I want to check one thing with it, but it's not a big deal. Healer's one feels like it's kind of useful, because it just feels like if you can't use it in the carrier, I don't really understand it. Crafting I already have a ton of. Task items... feels like it's not worth it, but at the same time, if I can just like have a load of task items and just keep them ready and clear my inventory out a bit. I've already got one of those as well. That I'm never going to need. That I'm probably never going to need. And dyes already have one. So like, it would be nice to have one of each in a sense, I guess. I would like to eventually fill out a dye carrier bag, because I don't think there's 50 types of dyes in the game, if I'm correct. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure there's under that amount. I think if I go into like item treasury or whatever, that overall there are less. Uh... 71. Okay. But are any of those, yeah, like navy, indigo, like some of those are store-bought versus like standard. So I'm still pretty sure looking at this that there are less than 50. Like white dye, yellow dye. Not that I want to use dyes that often, but having like always as many as possible available is nice. Like, oh, this would look good in this color. So I do still have a couple characters that I need, like, I won't say unique in the sense of like nobody else has it, but I think it would be nice to have cosmetics for each of my characters that are different from each other. So, like, Tarvelad has his outfit, and I quite like his outfit. There might be things that change eventually. I don't think Feyran's ever going to change. Personally. I like this outfit, but this is very much Tarvelad, or Feyran. Like, that's just what he wears. Skarshu needs the new one, but I also think the delving set might also just be a perfect cosmetic look for him. At least the helmet, or the hood, I should say. All right, 58. Going off 58 and seeing how many we end up being on. Well, let's say 60 because it's kind of easier to work out. And I think I missed one out the front, so we can like count that towards it or something. I don't know. Bum bum. Oh, also the curator's here until the 16th. That's interesting. Didn't realize. I'm not sure if there's anything from the curator I want, though. I might have a look briefly. Okay, so we've got at least 10. We're on 70 now. So that's a good start. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15? Curator is, I know it has a couple like housing things for figments. So you can get like a visiting barber, visiting banker. So in your house, you can have a vault rather than having to like worry too much about having the VIP thing on you. I know a lot of people have those in like kinship houses, but also if you just don't have VIP, it can be very useful. Cosmetics as well. I think it has like sometimes rotates though, so I don't know exactly what the curator will have. Let's see though. Apparently you can buy normal weapon auras. That's interesting. Yeah, so cosmetic armor, mostly housing decorations. You can get mounts from them, which is kind of nice because there's one like Falathan Steed, which you can only otherwise get from doing epic battles and getting it as a lucky drop from a box. Also, there's pets that you can get, so there's potential that there's some more pets I don't have, and also cosmetic weapons and shields and stuff, so that can be quite nice. Like Bane Grist, for example, which you can't get anymore, but it allows you to at least have a cosmetic look for it. So we actually got 20 out of that. Well, 22 if we're going to count this one here, which is pretty good. That means one more run around and we are sorted for this. And then, yeah, we'll quickly have a look because I already have 10,000 figments. I have no use for figments, really. Like, some of the cosmetic stuff that's available for figments isn't really my cup of tea. So I'm never that fussed about it. And yeah, I don't know. I mean, there are pets and old legendary items, but again, I'm pretty happy with my cosmetics on here, and I only really worry too much about that kind of stuff on Faerend, so not that worried. Also, a lot of the stuff you can get from like the rotating like other vendors like Rowan Raspberry or Myrtle Mint or Filbert Fig. I think those are the three because I read it. You can actually get from the loot boxes that you open during that time, and so like pets and stuff and housing decorations, which obviously isn't too relevant to most people, but me being someone that opens loot boxes on like brand new level 20s every, you know, so often, I do get those pets pretty quickly, like Friendly Egret, the Netherhound, Delving Netherhound. Like, I have all those. I don't know about the little black and pink pig and the carpenter bee and big wasp, so maybe I'll pick those up. I like to fill out my collection. I think it's Myrtle Mint at the minute, so that's not really relevant. What does she have? Autumn Heartwood Stag, White Heartwood Fawn, Decorated Goose, Smoke Grey Cat, Flying Fox, and Husky Wolf Dog. Flying Fox? Is that not just a bat? Let's see, shall we? Fox. I have a flying fox. Tell me that's not just a bat. It's just a bat. Maybe I'm being cruel by just calling it a bat, but it is. Right, 3 more kills, and then we'll go have a look at the curator, see what we have on offer. I did beforehand buy, so I bought something, I can't remember what it was. I think it was the banker, and then it kind of just disappeared from me in my inventory, so I might have to check like the kinship house or something. I did check the chests, but maybe it's like shown up at some point. I know I have the traveling stable master, which is nice. That's sorted. Then let's head back to Bree. We're gonna go to Lelia's market because it's closer. Also, the best value travel skill I've ever bought. It's like 20 lottery points or something ridiculous like that. How much is it? Let's check. Lelia.
Is there something I can do for you?
30. Okay, I lied. It's 30 lottery points worth, but I still say that's rather good. Also, hey, it's kind of my cloak, but not. It's my downgraded cloak. I really like that one, Wigfeld, but I rather get Wigfeld. Well, I do have Wigfeld, but on Tarvelard. My plan is to get it on Faerend as well, eventually, once I just get it as a drop. Curator, what have you got for us this lovely time? I hate cosmetics that look like this. There's no offense if you like them, but I just don't know, something about them. The masks, I don't like it. Anyway, we are interested in not the cosmetics per se, but I do like this one though, if I remember correctly. I think cloaks are things I'm very interested in terms of cosmetics more than anything else. But a lot of the time, I like that one. A lot of the time they can get it very wrong. So, legendary item, public outhouse. Nice. Visiting banker. We can also get the hobby horse, which is the best horse in the game. I have all those already, though. I'm pretty sure I've already got the war steed stuff. It doesn't have a barring thing, though. And I think I have all the pets. Oh, no, I don't. Okay, so 2,500, 2,500, 2,500. We can also get replicas of weapons and shields. It's quite a nice one. This is like the smallest shield I've ever seen, and I really don't like it. So 1, 2, 7,500. So 10,000, 10,000, 15, 17,500 is how many figments of splendor I need. Wait, did I say 17,000? 27,500. What we'll do, though, then, is I will grab 2 of these. So one of those and, like, one of those. And that just puts me down to 0. And then if I open any loot boxes, I will just be able to get a load of figments. And it also incentivizes me to actually do that as well. So that's good. 2 more pets, which means how many did I have left?
Greetings.
From you. 1, 2, 3, 4. So how many do we have total? So I'll have 106 pets. So we are actually over, I think, a third of the way now on all pets. And for
What
you,
can I do for you today?
are there any pets that I don't have? So I don't have the little pink pig, black pig, or the carpenter bee, or the big wasp. However, there is a very high chance I can get those from loot boxes. So once again, more incentive for me to just do loot boxes, more than likely. What I'm going to do now is go Dundingle. Fingers crossed we can get wargs, and we'll try and get wargs done. And then I think we might leave it there for the evening after that. But considering we started with 2, I think we'll be on 8. So that's 6 Slayers done. And we still have like a couple hours of Slayer Accelerator left because we started it quite late into the stream. So we have a while. And I will probably just do like Craven. I might even do just all of them off stream. And that kind of leaves us with like, I don't know. There's not a lot left for us to do really until moving on to 100 at this point. So at some point we're going to have to see what the plan is about that. I might try and get a few more platinums, get a few more like promotion points, but honestly, promotion points are useless to us because they aren't useless per se, but if we need stars of merit, then we just go in AFK on higher level characters. And then promotion points don't give you the extra trait point now, so it's like, I don't know. It's weird. Let's just go do that.
Yeah. Before the fall of Cardolan,
that's kind of the thing, which is kind of annoying. Because I guess 100 is kind of Osgiliath.
Among the stones of a ruined temple of the Edain.
Nearly ready for Gondor, yeah. Right now, we just need... we need to get to 700 Stars of Merit. I'm going to just try and get him to stop talking. We need 700 Stars of Merit for my final item, which is going to be the Tanking Earring. And then we're done technically in armor. Which is interesting. There's no better shield because I have already farmed for at least the Black Grave shield is just not as good. It's lower item level. It is kind of nice, but it's not a direct upgrade. So it's less crit, less vitality, less agility. We get block instead of fate, so that's not really a big deal. We do get more crit, and we get physical mastery, but we're already overcapped on physical mastery and we lose finesse. And I would rather the agility or the vitality, if I'm going to be honest. So, and then 100 is where we get to start like having a little bit more customization, because we get to do just like pure essences.
Before the fall of Cardolan, in the aftermath of the war with...
And then 105 is where we get to have to worry about doing Morgul crests, which is going to be an interesting one. Because the only way I can think of right now to get Morgul crests is either doing Throne of the Dread Terror, which we will have to get done at some point. Damn it. Just be wargs already. Throne of the Dread Terror, or very small chance of getting them from roving threats. So at some point I want to like map out all the roving threats and just do that. The good thing about roving threats though is the Morgul crest is from the drop, not the quest. So I can just purely focus on killing like the same roving threats. Like I could just go through Angmar, run around in a circle and do that instead, and eventually should, like, there's no cap or anything to how many I can kill in a day, then we can start getting this. No, I've never actually ended up doing it. Finally, wargs. Hopefully we'll complete this now. Yeah, we haven't actually ended up doing it. I've never really been on a character. It's one of those things of, especially because of how long it takes to log out of Feyrand nowadays. It's really difficult to just jump on a character. It's really difficult to see something in World Chat. Because I do have World Chat and LFF Chat up, so it's not like I'm not seeing it. But it's really difficult for me to be on like Feyrand, who is under-leveled for it. I can't just do Throne on here because I haven't got it unlocked yet. Just go, oh, I'm going to go on top Ellard. However, I hope that when we get to 105, I can just like jump in one a lot easier. And then that's also a nice pocket item, because we get the I don't know what it's called. It's not called a it's not actually in the Warden pocket item or class item slot, which is a little bit weird. This one? Yeah, that one. So we get a nice actual essence slot, which is fancy, because these kind of are a bit boring, honestly. We get our 7% light type damage. We get a nice morale boost, which we don't otherwise get. Well, we do get vitality. Tactical mitigation boost, which is pretty nice. And we also get our power cost, which doesn't really matter, but I don't know. But what I'm more interested in is the essence slot. I think he's playing... I can't remember what it is. Age of something? Can't remember. Something online. But yeah, I'm quite excited for this. It's weird though, because if I go carving, I don't know. Anarchy Online, that was it. I knew I began with an A. It'll also be interesting to see where we're at when the Warden changes come into place. Because what's that like in comparison? It's a pretty significant morale boost. For that one. And then I think it's 115 after that. Is it this one? This one? I want Star of the Fist. Or is it Bane? This one? Yeah, so I think even like this 115 one overall is worse than this, in my opinion. Like, light type damage stays the same, less morale, we get tactical mitigation, we don't really need power, but we're still getting a chunk of it, and we got the essence slot. The problem is it's a class essence slot, which should then only go up to 114. I think. Because I'm pretty sure they changed that. 109 even. Which sucks. I don't know what I'm going for with this one. Dodging an attack has a 10% chance to restore 10% of your morale. Killing an enemy has a 10% chance to restore 25% of your max morale. And critical hits have a 25% chance of increasing the melee damage your target takes for 5 seconds. I feel like the health one is probably the one I'll go for. But the crit one as well, maybe. I feel like the crit one might be useful for more group content, because technically you should have a healer. So you shouldn't have to worry about having to heal from enemy kills. But maybe it'll change with whatever the Warden changes are. I have transferred Feyrand over to Bullroarer, so it'll be interesting to have a little peek at what my power's like and stuff. Maybe we'll do that in a minute, actually, once I've done all this one. I'm not going to dive deep into it too much, but we'll see. Okay. 6 more kills, I think that is. 7 more kills? Not that many more kills. And I don't think... Okay, 5 more kills. I don't think I need to use this instance for any other Slayers, so I can just full-on complete it. We all good in that regard. So, that's fun. Cool. There we go. Wargslayer of the Westemnet is done. And now let's find out where this enemy is. Not there. Pretty sure they only have like a certain set amount of spawns. I think it's literally these 2 areas or upstairs. Upstairs then. It's also really good for giving me so many task items to use. There he is. Found him. Okay. Let's get out of here. And... yeah, so, yeah, and then we're going to go to, I think we'll just have a look at Bullroarer for a bit. I just kind of want to just jump on and just see, like, compare stats, maybe. I know it's not going to be, like, a big thing, but I just want to take, like, a screenshot of my current stats, and I know it's mostly power that's changing, but it's also be interesting to see, like, with the current stats that I've got, although my virtues weren't this when I transferred. But if the numbers are like a teeny change, I don't think it's a big deal. But it's like when it's a massive change, that it'll be interesting, right? Let's have a look at Bull Roarer, because I saw in that video it was like a level 140, I think it was Hunter, with like 66,000 power. Okay. Theyrand. Right. I'm quite... Wait, in the Isengard Inn, can you... get I've just gained 50 lottery points for some reason. I am now known as Embracing the Dark. I've acquired the class trait ranged damage, endurance. Wait, is my stuff reset? No, but kind of. Okay. So this is interesting. I didn't think to check this versus the other stuff. So I have a lot less going on in Redline, it looks like, or it feels like. So I have plus melee damage, bleed damage, physical mastery. That was already there. That was already there. Light type damage, that was fine. Are they not the same? Damage over time, critical damage, critical chance, okay. And damage over time pulses. So 10% ranged damage. Minus 4% attack duration. I'd probably switch out some of that ranged damage into minus 10% attack duration. Plus 110% ratings buff from shield gambits. And plus 30 seconds marked target duration. I feel like a lot of my trait points aren't in a place. So 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 47. I think some of my trait points are messed up. Let's go get my screenshot stuff up. If I can. Okay. Right, so let's respec. Because I'm curious. It should only take one trait point. And let's just rebuild what that said we had. I'm just going to go build into that because it's very obvious. Yeah, so I had that apparently. I was using 45 trait points, apparently. Yeah. Okay. Just lose me 20 trait points. Why not? So attack duration, I like that. Javelin max range, finesse, okay, fine. We already knew that one. Debuff duration. Gambit builder mastery cooldown reduction. Increase the amount your gambit builders reduce the active cooldowns of your mastery skills. I'd like to look at that. Battering strikes debuff potency. Was that potency? Yep. Critical chance and range critical chance. So we've already built off that, but now we need to go for the javelin ranged. Interesting. Outgoing and damage debuff. Adds a damage debuff to gambits in Warcry Desolation sequence. Subsequent ranks will improve the potency of the debuff. Adroit ambush. Adroit maneuver will remove the induction of the next ambush. Armor penetration. Javelin of deadly force, which is just a skill, which is nice. Wait, what? I can get collaterals? With preparation, some wardens can throw their javelins with such deadly force it will pass through completely through several bodies. For every target hit, you will gain a stack of a ranged damage and critical damage buff. With the appropriate assailant traits, this javelin will apply the marked and diminished target debuffs to any ranged targets. Or any targets hit. Snapshot. Gamut builders have a chance to reset your javelin schools. Cooldowns. Fire at will, which is basically just recklessness, it looks like. Sort of, but ranged. Plus 5% attack damage and range damage and tactical damage, minus 10% attack duration, so no debuff to that. Also, this needs to be for fellowship. That's nice. Wardens know the surest path to victory is to rely on the basics. The way of the spear will consume all your advanced technique and improve your initial hit damage for a brief time. And rapid techniques, temp description. Okay, won't worry about that too much. I'm just going to apply those. I like just having... Wait, so I haven't got diminished targets and stuff. I'm missing skills. I don't like it. Where's marked? I'm missing my skills. Also, all the colors are slightly changed. That's a slightly lighter blue. Steadfast used to be red, but now yellow. Interesting. I like that these are colored. That makes it a lot easier, actually, to work out. Also, I want to have a look at stats. Compare them to what we had. So, morale is basically the same. We knew that. I have a lot less power, is what I'm seeing. I had 5,041 power. I now have 1,785 power, which is very interesting to me. I would like to go to the Isengard Inn if I can. So, Thorin's Gate. Let's have a little peek. I should have a look at my physical mastery and stuff. No, it looks all the same. My finesse is significantly less. But part of that would probably be not speccing into, like, this sort of thing. This isn't, like, in any way intended to be correct, but that's the same as what I have. Yeah, okay. Right. My favorite inn in the game. I'm always curious to see what I would look like at 140 on this character. But can I... Trying to think. Can you buy stat tomes? I mean, I could just buy stat tomes with the lottery points, right? I'm just curious, like... Oh. I have a lot of lottery points suddenly. It's where it like suddenly takes all my my stuff away. And it actually does this on my main account. I'll be like, no, what is happening? Oh my god, that's so... Oh, I wonder... Have they added Did we say what it was? It was Master Sword and Master Spear, right? This is the problem. There's Master Spear. That was already there. I'm just curious on, like, if they made it so I could actually use what I wanted to use. Anyway, let's get, like, Might 12. I'm just curious where we can actually get to with this character. I'll have to, like, fiddle around with Warden at some point and just have a look. See what it's like. Because maybe it will be, like, pretty easy to understand. But I remember when they brought out the reward track. Not the reward track, sorry. When they brought out the... what was it? The new legendary items. It was so bad how little I actually understood it. It was kind of sad. So, agility and fate. Just really curious. Like I said. I know I don't need will, but why not? There should be a thing for will. Oh yeah, I'm gonna buy myself some candles. We love candles. Isn't there a thing where you can get like 7 to... Was it 8 then? There's a thing, it's like an Isengard bundle or something, where you can go from like 7 to... I realize looking up the word will is kind of useless. But yeah, I don't know. What else am I looking at? I wanted to look up something on here. I want this quest. So I want the map to the tavern. Lady of Delvings. Oh, that's nice. So you can actually just get delving stuff. Oh yeah, I can pretend that I've actually got this item and definitely want to use it. That's definitely an idea, right? But that's not got new delving stuff. That's only the cloak essences and that stuff. But not the armor, it seems, which is interesting. Let's have a look. Mr. Humphrey Rummings. Definitely who you are. Okay. So with everything capped, 46k. Oh, I was looking for Stars of Merit. That's what I was looking for. But I don't think there'll be anywhere that gives me Stars of Merit. Would there? Throne of the Dread Terror items. That'll be good to have. I wish. It was that easy just to have. But yeah, where would epic battles? The little roaming hobbit with black. This one. That won't give me Stars of Merit. It's only because I want to just go, oh, he has my favorite cloak if you can put him right in front of it. Go to the skirmish camp below. Because I've never, like, thought to go... I hate that it does that. Every time. Gets on me. It's Gollum. Imagine if this was actually Oh, I didn't actually even know this was here. Morgul crests. Rocks rewards. Oh, right. Okay. For Dol Amroth endgame. Yes, please. Make it so I don't have to ever do anything. Festivals. Nice. Pelagear. Nope. Stars of Merit. Okay, I just can't read. Only because I want to see what my morale ends up being when I actually do some of this stuff. Hi. What are you guys?
What do you need?
I don't really pay attention. Oh, all stuff I don't care about. Big Battle Beals. Raid deeds. I'll take it. Isengard raid deeds. Thank you. Please. I want those. Thank you. Oh, actually, okay. It feels cheaty, and obviously it is. But, I don't know. I didn't mean to go that way. Oops. I mean, I feel like there's going to be a lot of captains and wardens around, right? Warden. Captain. Runekeeper. Captain. Captain. Warden. Captain. Warden. Captain. We seeing a pattern here. Wait. Warden. Anyway, I didn't go there to try and not do well, because I don't trust myself. I am curious though on what a Feyrand at 140 would look like. So 51,537 power. I wonder if this will make power like items. Like, okay, so is this balanced? Oh, I don't like that. Yeah. But obviously that's been lowered. So that was like 200 and something maximum power. But now it's 95.084. Very awkward numbers. Just for the sake of it, it seems. I swear they do it on purpose. Okay, that should be everything. That's not how that works. Okay, 197k. Bearing in mind, that is without, like, with 95 gear. So obviously if we went, like, delvings, we can just, like, get whatever. Whatever we want. Hey, how we doing? Oh, I'm guessing I'd go with something like that. That's like 50k vitality over what I had. That's kind of crazy. It's obviously going to be like over the top because of just like the jump in levels and stuff. Like this as well. Pretty significant. I mean, there's people with like millions of morale, right? It's not like me going up 50k in one slot is exactly like a big deal. I've always just jumped onto these and just got like adventurous stuff, just because I don't know, I lose track of where everything is. I'm like, oh, okay, I'll go Gundabad instances and I'll go here, but those aren't like that good anymore. And then it's like, is there actually a delving person? Like, I understand delvings being here, but I'm curious to see if there's like a delving I wonder if delving barter stuff is down here. Like with the rock. Every time. I hate it. Hello, rock. Doesn't look like there's delving stuff. Be nice to have some delving rights, maybe. Test Durin. But I want answer Durin. Oh. That's not what I wanted. Right, anyway. I still think I love this cloak more than the one I'm wearing. This one is still my favorite cloak in the game, possibly. I don't know. Maybe there's one that isn't. But yeah, I'm not really going to worry too much about it. I might, like, test out, like, grabbing some gear, but I don't know if I can grab, like, Hidden Horde stuff. Which I think Hidden Horde stuff is still best in slot, even with delving gear, to my knowledge. I could be wrong about that. I'm not as up to date with the 140 stuff as maybe I should be. But I think I'm going to leave it at that. I'm not really going to spend too much time fiddling around with it. I just thought it would be interesting to see the power change. That's what I was interested in. Try Warden. Try a Warden. I'm trying. But yeah, maybe I'll spend a little bit of time looking around. I just don't want to embarrass myself like when I did legendary items, because it's kind of... Oh, I've realized I can just get... I didn't even think about that. I need money. I'm poor, apparently. I might actually just have a look first. All right, don't judge me. I know I said I was going, but I'll leave soon enough. I'm just curious on seeing... Oh, it should be in here, right? If I go this way, then I can get, like, delving rights and stuff, right? Cracked Gundabad traceries. I wish. I don't even know what you're supposed to have with Warden. Because I've just suddenly got a lot more space to, like, actually put stuff on. But even if I go... what would it be? What have I got now? Sparrow. But I want to go, like, Stalwart Sparrow, I think? No. Which one was it? Can't remember. I think it's Keen, right? Keen Sparrow? Or Keen Serpent. Serpent is, like, the offensive one, but we're on, like, the Healy one. That's why. See how much that goes up. 212, 440. Well, we already knew that, didn't we? Even more bigger numbers. It makes me feel inadequate as a level 95, but also I know at 95 I'm capped on, like, all the really essential stuff, so I'm not as upset, I should say. It's weird. Right, though. I think I'm going to leave it at that. Maybe I'll fiddle around with Tarvelad as well, pretend that he actually knows what he's doing. Say I've got that cloak or whatever. But, yeah, I'm just going to do, like, probably just AFK, like, Cravens and stuff for a bit, because apparently that's, like, what the wiki says to do. So we'll worry about that. I'm also going to try and get a couple more Beornings done, because Wednesday is the end of the reward track. I have 118 or 19, I can't remember exactly now, of the end game boxes obtainable. And I think it would be really interesting to open up like 100 of those ish and 100 loot boxes. I know I talked about that ages ago, but I will hopefully be able to get a little bit of time going on that and, you know, actually have those ready to unbox for Monday, hopefully. It's going to be a lot of work, but it's doable because it's Thursday now, which means I've got like 4 days, right? So I just have to do like 6 hours a day of leveling. Help me, please. No, it should be fine. Shouldn't be too much of a big deal. I also just have to AFK those epic battles, but that can also wait. Yeah, lots of things to do. I probably could have got them done a while back, but I'm really bad at my time management skills, apparently. We all know this. So yeah, gonna finish off for now. Thank you all for coming along. Hope you enjoyed. And I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.